In this module, we will discuss how to replace a wireless battery-powered device. Once you've identified the device to be replaced, you will see the device has a red X beside it. In this example of the office space, we have an occupancy sensor which is displaying the red X. We will need to make sure that we are under Configure Mapping. Once you select the device, it will bring you to the list of items within the manager. In the list, you will also see the device with the red X is not communicating. So we will remove the device from the list and then add it back in using a feature called Search for Wireless Nodes. Since it is a wireless node, you can identify it in the same way you would for line-powered fixtures. Our first step is to go under the right-hand menu and select Unmap. It will ask, do you really want to unmap these two items? And you will say OK. Once it is unmapped, you will need to go into the Additional Functions tab and select Delete the missing node. Once you delete it, you will power up the new occupancy sensor on site. Because it is a battery-powered device, it's not connected to power consistently. You will need to press the Wi-Fi symbol on the occupancy sensor every 3 to 5 seconds for the first minute. The purpose of this is to initiate a constant power source back to the manager. It's advised to stand near the wireless manager when replacing a battery-powered device. To locate the manager, you will find the location that the manager sits in. In this instance, the manager here is what we would stand underneath. From here, we will perform this function. To do this, we are going to come to the right-hand side and hit the Additional Functions tab. Then we will go to Manager Tools and select Search for Wireless Nodes. While the manager searches for the devices, you will then be pressing the button every 3 to 5 seconds. That initial time that the device appears in the list, you will not program it. That is the system saying that it is registering the device. You will then leave that in the list and continue pressing the Wi-Fi symbol every 3 to 5 seconds until the device is able to be recognized. So to start, we will hit the Search for Wireless Nodes and start pressing the Wi-Fi button every 3 to 5 seconds. Sometimes it does take battery-powered devices a little bit longer. After a minute, if you're having difficulties with the device appearing within the list, you will need to factory reset the device and repeat the process again. To factory reset, you will need to remove the battery from the device, then press buttons to discharge any remaining voltage, and then put the battery back in. After the LED flashes, you will press the button 9 times, which then initiates the factory reset sequence, and that will allow the device to be used again. Once the device has been factory reset, you will walk through the process again, pressing the Wi-Fi button on the device every 3 to 5 seconds. Once your device shows back online, you will drag and map it to the location where you want it. Then it will be registered in the system. Say OK. From here, we go to the right-hand side under our additional functions, go to Manager Tools, and select Stop Searching for Wireless Nodes. Once it stops, you will press the Wi-Fi signal on the device one more time to confirm communication. Next, we will go to Configure by going to my hamburger menu on the left and selecting Configure Managers. With the warning message, you will ignore the warnings and select Configure. From here, we will perform a partial configuration, not a full configuration. A partial configuration is able to update all the changes on the manager to now recognize the added device. A full configuration is never required in this instance or any instance, because what happens is the devices will default to full bright, and during the configuration process, some lights will go full on and some lights will turn off and stay off. Other lights might flicker, which may disrupt the client in that space. So now we will hit Configure. The system is also able to identify which device needed configuration and what type of configuration was requested. Once that is finished, you will select Done. Once it goes back to the space, we are going to go Scan by going to the right-hand corner menu, and we are going to go to Scan. This is making sure there is no communication. If you have something like a flashlight or a laser, you can shine it into the photo cell to confirm that the device can communicate, or you can press the Wi-Fi signal on the switch. This should then output the communication. And that is how we replace a battery-powered device.